Good day, everyone. Welcome to our presentation on Domain 5, Principle 13, Plan Engagements Effectively. I'm Alex, and today we'll explore how strategic planning is pivotal to the success of our internal audit engagements. This principle is essential for aligning our audit activities with the broader goals of our organization and ensuring we use our resources efficiently. Effective planning helps us align our audit activities with organizational goals, manage risks appropriately, and optimize the use of our resources. By the end of this session, you'll understand why planning is not just a preliminary step, but a cornerstone of our audit effectiveness. Let's begin with Standard 13.1, which focuses on engagement communication. The success of an audit heavily depends on how well we communicate with our stakeholders from the outset. Clear communication helps set expectations, ensures alignment of audit objectives with business goals, and lays the groundwork for successful audit execution. It's about ensuring everyone understands the what, why, and how of the audit process. Moving on to Standard 13.2, which covers engagement risk assessment. This standard guides us on how to identify and prioritize risks within the audit area. A thorough risk assessment ensures that we focus our efforts on areas that are most critical to the organization. By understanding and evaluating these risks, we can focus our audit scope and objectives to address the most significant concerns, thereby enhancing the value of our audit findings. Next is Standard 13.3, which pertains to setting the objectives and scope of our engagements. The objectives define what we aim to achieve, while the scope outlines the boundaries of the audit. Setting clear, smart objectives helps ensure that our engagements are focused and measurable. These objectives must be not only well-defined, but also aligned with our strategic goals, ensuring that every audit provides meaningful insights that support decision-making. Standard 13.4 evaluation criteria emphasizes the necessity for internal auditors to identify and utilize the most relevant criteria for evaluating the aspects of the activity under review, as defined in the engagement objectives and scope. This standard applies unless the engagement is advisory, in which case identifying evaluation criteria might not be necessary. When the established criteria by the board or senior management are adequate, they should be used for evaluation. If they are deemed inadequate, internal auditors are responsible for identifying appropriate criteria through discussions with the board or senior management. This process ensures that evaluations are based on criteria that are capable of assessing whether the activity under review achieves its intended objectives. Standard 13.5, Engagement Resources, focuses on the identification and allocation of resources necessary for the execution of an audit engagement. This standard requires internal auditors to determine the types and quantities of resources, financial, human, and technological, needed to meet the objectives of the engagement. The assessment should consider the complexity of the engagement, the time frame for its completion, and the adequacy of the available resources. If the resources are found to be insufficient or inappropriate, it is the responsibility of the internal auditors to communicate this to the Chief Audit Executive to secure the necessary resources. This ensures that the engagement can be conducted effectively and in alignment with its objectives. The last standard in Principle 13, Standard 13.6 Work Program, mandates that internal auditors develop and document a work program for each audit engagement, which serves as a structured guide outlining the audit's scope, objectives, and procedures. This work program is vital as it not only details the specific tasks and methodologies to be used during the audit, but also assigns these tasks to the appropriate team members, ensuring a well-organized approach to achieving the audit objectives. The formulation of the work program is grounded in the information gleaned from the initial planning and risk assessment stages, emphasizing a methodical approach to audit execution. This standard underscores the importance of precision and accountability in the audit process, necessitating that the Chief Audit Executive approves the work program before its implementation and any subsequent modifications, thus safeguarding the integrity and effectiveness of the audit process. To conclude, effective planning is fundamental to the success of our internal audit engagements. Best practices in planning include involving stakeholders in the planning process, continuously monitoring our progress, and being flexible enough to adapt our plans as needed. Effective planning not only enhances the impact of our audits, but also ensures efficient use of our resources. It becomes algebraic in a sense, involves stakeholders plus good communication, underscored by solid development of objectives and scope. Times proper monitoring equals efficiency and effectiveness. Would you like to know more? You will find Principle 13 starting on page 93 of the Global Standards document. The PDF of the Global Standards is available in the introduction section of these tutorials. Thank you for watching.